Dale, I love when you send me video clips from other YouTube channels with cemetery questions or funeral questions because I love getting answers. Investigating is key here. And sometimes with 1 or 2 phone calls, we can get some easy answers to things that are questionable to most people, even myself, when you send them to me, because it may not be something that happens in my area of the world. So someone sent me a video by a gentleman who loves to go out to cemeteries, and he was in a cemetery in Galveston and was seeing some grave coverings that were questionable. Large open concrete poured pieces on top of graves, and ones that were basically rings around the top of the grave, and some that were flat with holes in them. He also covered a lot of other things within the cemetery, but those were the 2 items that I thought, wonder why those exist. So I spoke to a funeral director in the Galveston area to try and find out, like, why does that exist? And he said, yes, they do use, vaults down there now. 100 years ago, when that cemetery that the gentleman was at was put in and used the most, they didn't use vaults as much back then. But that cemetery, Memorial Cemetery, butts up to Municipal Cemetery. And so you easily can wander from one into the other. And the Municipal Cemetery is a potter's field. It was for the indigent, the poor, those who were maybe left unclaimed back in the day. And those graves can be over 100 years old in that section. He said it was not uncommon for people to come in, if they did know the family, and to pour a grave piece across the top of the grave area, a concrete piece. I said, well, why? And he said, well, some people would ornamentally decorate in those openings, but they also poured those pieces to keep the casket from floating up. Because the water table is so high in that area, they would do that to protect the integrity of the grave, to hold it in place. They didn't want the pressure from the water in the casket to uproot the casket. He said it was always a fear down there. And so they would come in and pour some of these concrete pieces on top. So I would guess, and also from what he had said, that those were poured that you could ornamentally decorate in the middle, or the holes were put in for water to come out if that was the concern. So I think there was a couple different reasons for those different styles of toppings, but that is what we have found out about some of those grave areas that have the concrete on top.